Alright, that was a bit of a delay. I'm back. I'm gonna keep looking for these liquidity sweeps, and I'm gonna go from there because I had to take a quick break. Anyway, so I'm gonna just get a quick refresher on these liquidity sweeps. So I guess it's a very down, like a low, and we go off the wick, comes up, comes down. It broke structure here, collected liquidity, and it's gonna come back up. So there's a reversal, I guess, right after the liquidity sweep. So let's see if we could try to find some examples. So we found 5 on the 4-hour chart right here. And this is a good example. Liquidity sweep right here. So here's the liquidity sweep. I'm just back on the 4-hour. Here's the liquidity sweep. Here's the down, broke structure, came here, swept liquidity onto the upside. So that's one of the examples TJR used.
Out.
I'm
we go to the yearly time frame.
Well. Fuck, my damn mic is off.
That is a massive liquidity sweep, right? What's market probably going to do? Probably going to reverse, and that also coincides with the U.S. dollar being extremely weak right now. It's actually amazing how these markets move and how these markets work. Ready? And again, I don't want to get too deep into strategy, but this doesn't only happen on these high time frames. It happens on literally every single time frame ever. Okay, so if we go on to like find where market opens, or let's actually do it on like GU. Let's find let's find like boom. Okay, this is Asian session. Okay, I don't want to get too deep into this because this is again, we just want to talk about liquidity and be able to spot it within the market. But as we can see, right, we have a mini down.
So it does matter when here's a low and then it breaks structure. There's a candle that closes below the lowest low, and then it rallies
break structure
up
to the downside, take out these lows.
That's how this works.
Rally, we break structure back to the upside, price pushes higher. Okay,
he did mention that break structure, so I'm gonna redo my whole. I'm gonna restart the whole fucking thing. The weekly, the 4-hour, everything. I'm gonna restart it because I think I had it wrong. Because he's looking for a break in structure as well.
Like we could find this type of shit on the 15-minute as well. Okay, and when you guys get good at it, when you guys get,
so let's see, maybe 15-minute as well.
Good at like spotting this, it should be like super easy to see and understand where this happens, right? It should just jump off the page. Boom, sweep, fall.
Yeah, you see that broke
Boom.
Structure above it.
Sweep, fall.
Broke structure above it again. I like and subscribe to you. Thank you.
Let's try and find some to the upside. And the reason why I love this is literally, boom, sweep,
he broke
rally.
Structure. So he's even looking like here, went up, down, boom, broke structure, and then swept to the upside. So I see, bro. I said hi. What's up, Francis? I don't know, bro. I didn't see your hi until right now. But anyway, let's go back to the weekly chart. We're gonna do an S&P 500. I'm gonna redo this because I think I fucked it up. So, where's the chart? Where the fuck is the chart? What the fuck? Why is there a dinosaur here? The fuck? I'm just so zoomed out. Alright, let's see here. So here's another thing I want to see. So we have this low. Yeah, so here's one for sure. I'm going to restart. I'm going to grab my ray. Here's a liquidity sweep. Okay. Pops up. Breaks structure below it. Like in this example here. broke structure below. You can see that candle from a mile away. And then it rallied up. So I'm gonna count this as 1 for the weekly. We're gonna do weekly 4 hour and 15 minute. That's gonna be what we're gonna be working with. What about to the upside? Like fucking stale as shit. I guess here's like a mini liquidity sweep. Because what is the objective of a liquidity sweep? Here's a low, and it's to break high, right? So if you're going low, here's the lowest low, and then pops up, breaks structure. Are you making music? Buddy, what? Does this look like I'm making music? That's crazy. Anyway, so here's the liquidity sweep. Low, low, so we're trying to catch a high. So once it breaks structure on the low side, I'm catching a high. So if we're looking for highs, it's gonna break structure down, right? For a liquidity sweep. So here's a low, here's a high. Okay, here's another perfect example. Here's a high, broke structure, rallied up. So I'm gonna count that as example number 2. And we need 15 total, 2 out of 15. We're gonna do weekly chart, 4 hour and 15 minute. That's how we're gonna do shit. And let's see, then break structure here. Not here either. Oh, look at this shit. There's gonna be a liquidity sweep somewhere over here, right here. Here's the lowest low. Broke structure. So here's what I don't understand. Same example here. I guess it did rally up higher eventually, right? There's gotta be other aspects to this. I don't know if I want to count this as one. Maybe this is too high. Maybe there's a different low we're supposed to look at. Even here or here. Maybe this is a more better accurate liquidity sweep right here. Here's a high. It's not really like a fucking high though. Here's a low. Here's a high. I guess here's another example. Broke structure. And then it ripped up, right? I'm gonna call that as one. You know, this is a fucking mega timeline right here. I'll count that as number 3. About here. So we're all the way back in 1993. I don't know if we're too fucking far back or not. If this is more of like a modern strategy in today's day. There's like stale as fuck back here. Let's try to look at some other chart like the SPY S&P 500. We are in the week chart. Let's look here. Here's the small liquidity sweep right here. So ripping up. I think I already used that example, so I'm not gonna use that one. Let's try to catch a high. Damn, we go back in time so fast on this fucking chart. Let's try gold. Let's see what gold's got to offer. And go on the week's chart. Boom. Holy shit, what a fucking rocket, dude. 5,100 gold's at? Wow. Unbelievable. Let's try to look for liquidity sweeps here. I guess here's a little liquidity sweep, I guess we can say. Let's get our array out. Here's the high. Liquidity got swept. Boom, ripped up. I'm gonna count that as one as well. We need one more on the weekly. Try to catch a low on here. No, it's not. We're not gonna catch a low. Gold's been ripping like a motherfucker. Okay, here's one. Riding low, almost broke structure. Kept ripping, almost, dude, super close. Boom, broke structure. It's ripping. That's our last one. So that's on the weekly. Let's see if we could see one on the on Tesla. And we're gonna switch over to the 4-hour chart now. So this is all kind of playing together. Like last lesson he was teaching us breakup structure, now liquidity sweeps, and I'm going to the 4-hour. A lot bigger chart. Let's see. Dude, this fucking Tesla chart, it's like goofy as hell. There's a peak, here's a low. There's a liquidity sweep. Find it faster. Buddy, who are you, bro, on this Anon-ass account, bro? I don't know if Tesla's a good one. Let's try the NASDAQ. I think we're just on it. We're going on the 4-hour chart. Try to find some liquidity sweeps on here. Who said, "Are you making music, bro?" That's fucking. If you scroll up, some Kimberly Wilson. Are you making music, bro? Like, how does this look like music? If this looks like music to you, bro, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. You're like far past lost, bro. And that's what I'm gonna say. It's just pretty fucking crazy. But let's try to find a liquidity sweep here. Let's try this. Here's like a liquidity sweep. Broke structure below. Then I start rallying up. I'm pretty sure this is a liquidity sweep. I'm still new. It's my first time trying it. That's one example. I want to try some to the upside though. Or to the downside, I meant to say. Okay, here's gonna be one right here. Boom. Close above, liquidity swapped. Let's try to find it on. That's another example. Let's see. What else could it have been swapped here? Right here. Here's another example. Low. Close below it. Liquidity swapped, pot ripped up. So that's number 3. Here's maybe not another example. Gotta find like a fat downtrend. Here we go. She's just ripping down. Boom, boom, boom. Here's like a mini one. Kept ripping down. I don't know if there's one here. Ah, here's one. Boom. Swapped liquidity. Or I guess you could say here. Fuck, I wish there's more to it that I could explain. Liquidity swapped. Seems like who's finding it so easy. Like here's one. Would this not also be one? I'm trying to find a different one. Let's try silver. Silver will be cool. Here's a liquidity sweep, I'm pretty sure. Flux my ray. There we go. Boom. Liquidity sweep. Close below it, so ripping up. I'm gonna count that as the 5th one. I'm gonna do a bonus one just in case, because I just wanna see. Here's a liquidity sweep. Is it though? How about on the upside? Or the downside, I should say. Fuck off. Okay, what else can we try? On the 4 hour, I wanna find one more bonus one just to be sure 100%. Let's see what else we could look up. QQQ. Let's try QQQ. Okay. Let's see what we got going on over here. We got a lot of movement in here. Where are these sweeps at? Damn, there's some fat gaps on this shit. This shit's crazy. I don't know if it's volatility that's making these gaps like this. see if maybe this is a liquidity sweep. Rope structures are ripping up. Okay, I'm gonna count it as that. I'm gonna go back on the S&P. This is the 15-minute. Boom. Let's try to find 5 examples here on the 15-minute and see what happens. Why the fuck is this shit geeking out? There we go. I need to get rid of all this shit. What the fuck is all this, bro? This is my little fucking prediction bullshit. I'm not gonna get away from that. Okay, right away I could I think these are better for the smaller fucking charts. Here's a liquidity sweep I'm seeing. Let's try here. What the fuck is wrong with this shit? Boom. Liquidity was swept and ripped up. It's not bad. So I'm gonna count that as 1 on the 15-minute. See if we could catch one on the downside. That's what I really want to do. Is this a liquidity sweep over here? I'm going for those really steep downs and really steep highs. Like here, for example. This got to be a liquidity sweep over here. This is a really long-term liquidity sweep right here. That's, I feel like, a good example. This is a very fucking long timeline. As you can see, here's that wick. Boom, 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 doing whatever it needs to do, right? Look, it's going up, down, up, down, up, down. Then, oh fuck, it didn't even close. This is not a good example. Here it closed below it, right? This is a fucking huge timeline. Why didn't it didn't fucking skyrocket till forever later? Here's a super down. Maybe here's another example on the 15-minute. We're looking at this one right here. Look at that fucking wick, like a motherfucker. Pops up, breaks structure right here, and rips up like crazy. That's a liquidity sweep for sure. That's 100% a liquidity sweep, so I'm gonna mark that one. Like I said, I don't know if I'm getting lost in these fucking charts if I just called out the same ones. That's why I'm kind of doing bonus ones as well. Let's see if I can find another one. I'm looking for candle wicks that are like ginormous, right? On the upside or the downside. Saying that these should stand out. Here's a fat candle wick. Here's a really fat candle wick too. It's not a good example though. We already called this one out earlier. Let's try to go on the 15-minute on the silver. Liquidity sweeps are a little bit hard to find for me, especially on these 15-minute charts. Here we go. Boom, downtrend like a motherfucker. Liquidity, broke structure, ripped up. I'm gonna count that as one. Even though I don't know if I might have used that example on my 4-hour chart, but I feel like that is a good one. I don't know if I found any highs at all. So here's the high. Oh, right here. Boom. Here's the liquidity sweep on the 15-minute. Peak. Boom, breaks above it. Liquidity gets swept hard as fuck. Crashes down. So I wonder if we could move along with this chart. That's going to be our 4th example. Move along with this chart. Here's a new low. Okay. Crashes the fuck down. Boom. Liquidity breaks below it, but it keeps crashing down. It's on a fucking steady downtrend. Steady downtrend, steady downtrend. Boom, pops up. Steady downtrend, steady downtrend. Swipes it, collects, swipes liquidity, rips up. I'm gonna say that's the fifth one. I think that's pretty good with liquidity sweeps. I'm gonna continue my daily goals, and we're gonna watch how to take a loss tomorrow, and then the day after that we're gonna do liquidity part 3. So I think I got a decent understanding of liquidity sweeps, and we'll try to get into it later. We'll see. Well, but I'm gonna probably stream tomorrow. I'm gonna catch you guys, and we will continue the 100-hour challenge another time. That's all for today.